There's only me a Cam that's not muted. Come on, Cam, let's go for it.
Come on, Cam. You can do it.
All right. So what are we starting with tonight?
Hi,
Okay,
guys.
there we
Welcome
go.
to Dolphins Football Podcast.
Hello, guys. Welcome to another YouTube video. It's been a while. There's been a lot of change. I've got Simon, Tony, Adele, and Cam with me. And we're just going to talk about Premier League games and react to it. I think we're going to talk about Arsenal last, because if we talk about Arsenal first, we're going to end up not talking about the other Premier League teams. So let's talk about other clubs first. But anyway, nice to have you on, Cam, Adele, Tony, and Simon. How are you guys doing?
Yeah,
Right.
sound.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's get started. Let's talk about Manchester United versus Southampton. 1-1. Were you guys surprised at that result?
No.
No.
Yeah,
I
was.
thought United were going to take them.
Okay, so why were you surprised by that result? Because I thought Man United were going to win.
You want to say?
Let me start with you, Simon. Why?
I
were you
appreciate
surprised
Mike
by
keeps
that
you
result?
might keeps like going basically. I can't hear you much. Basically, I'm not surprised with Manchester United's result with Southampton, because Southampton are actually organised and they don't do what Leeds United do. They don't high pressure you every single minute. They don't try and suffocate you just constantly by running. They're organised. They'll know when to attack, when to defend, when to actually control a game in midfield. They isolated Bruno Fernandes out of the game. Paul Pogba had, I think, he didn't have a bad game, to be honest. Pogba, he got an assist. Fair play to him. That's 5 assists this season he's got now. So for me, Pogba, I didn't think he had a bad game, but Bruno Fernandes was just invisible. Bruno Fernandes in that game for me was like Mesut Ozil in 2017, 18, when he just disappears in games. Obviously, they couldn't get the ball to the front men quick enough as well. Thought Mason Greenwood wasn't that very good. Got a goal, but it weren't very good. Weren't very impressive.
I thought United should have walked that game, to be honest, today. I think they had enough quality to beat Southampton. I just think they're quite toothless. They're quite toothless today. I think the 3 chances in the first, I think, was Pogba missed 2 headers and the one cleared off the line. I think that's what hurt United. And let's be honest, Ollie played it quite safe, playing Matic from the start with Fred. And then his subs didn't make sense, bringing on McTominay. Sancho was kind of ineffective from the right, it looked like. Yeah. And Martial kind of was a ghost. But Southampton should have won that game, to be honest. They had the better chances. Armstrong should have scored that 1-on-1 and then the header at the end. But I think we've always said that about United. It's going to be down to the managers of who wins this title. And I think Ollie's not the same power as Pep, Tuchel or Klopp. I think he's too defensive. And these are games he needs to be winning, not throwing points away.
Yeah, if Thomas Tuchel was the manager for Man United today, they'd win that game 4-0 comfortably.
They've already, 2 points behind Chelsea and Liverpool already by drawing today.
Yeah, I know it's 2 points, but it's also with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It just highlights to me that I'm not worried about them in the future. Man United, I'm not. If they had a proper manager in charge that could actually set a team up and doesn't rely on his players doing the job for him on the pitch, I'd be quite worried at Man United, but I don't need to be. That's why Pogba isn't basically wanting to sign a new deal there. He knows he's going.
Simon, do you think maybe if they played Pogba in Bruno's role and played maybe Greenwood and Sancho, they'd probably been more effective today? Because I feel like Pogba from the left was quite effective. So imagine him playing in that 10 position or that free roam.
I don't know. I think you could have took Fred out and put Verratti there, and it still wouldn't have made a difference. Because, like I said, Southampton are so organised. They're so organised under their manager.
Yeah.
They know when to attack. They know when to defend. What's his name? Ward-Prowse and of the other midfielder, like Adams. Adams is very effective for Southampton, especially when he gets in front of goal. He's not like worried about scoring from distance like he did with his goal. He should be nowhere near scoring from there. Nowhere near. De Gea should be saving that as well for me.
It was a
But
deflection. It did take him away, but
yeah, it was deflection, but he should nowhere near be trying to score from there. It should be just cut out straight away. And that's the thing with Man United. So when they're all celebrating 5-1 against Leeds, and I get that, it's Leeds United, but Leeds did the same thing, what they did to Arsenal at the Emirates. They tried to attack Arsenal. When you try to attack a team, like a Liverpool, a Man United, a City, a Chelsea, a Leicester, they'll rip you to pieces. And that's what Man United did. They had so much space at Old Trafford, so much, because all Leeds were doing was running at them and opening so many spaces. Southampton weren't doing that. Southampton were organised in midfield. The two were in midfield, were stationary and holding their line, which isolated Bruno, because then Bruno can't find these pockets of space. And when he does, Southampton's defence comes forward. And this is what Arteta's wanting to do as well. They come forward and they basically act as a shield. So that's why Mason Greenwood couldn't do anything. You could have Rashford, you could have Sancho, you could have Cavani on there. You might have got away with a winner with Cavani because it had come from a corner or a set piece. But there were no way United were scoring another one in that game through open play. I would have sat there going, they're not going to score. It's going to finish 1-1 this, or Southampton's going to nick it. Watch. And it finished 1-1.
I was impressed with their right back, the Chelsea kid.
Exactly.
I was very impressed with him today.
Chelsea will buy him back for 25 million.
You can see that there's little gaps, maybe, I remember when he beat Fred and then he didn't get the cross right, but he's so much raw ability and pace that I don't think United really clocked him. And maybe that Salisu, he quite a good game as well in the centre-back position. But I think Southampton just outrun United today. I think you could probably see why having the fans back, it just gave Southampton an extra boost. Because if that was behind closed doors, I don't think Southampton would have won behind closed doors because those fans were with them the whole game today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know why Sancho didn't start, to be honest. I was quite shocked by that. I'd have thought they would have given him a start. Because he was quite lively when he came on, but he's not that effective from the right-hand side.
Yeah.
He wants to play on that left-hand side, but he's still stuck him on the right.
I mean, I'll judge Sancho when Cavani is up there, and not Mason, not Rashford, but when Cavani's up there, that's when I'll judge basically Sancho. I know he's going to smash it in this league. He is going to smash it at Man United. It's going to take a few games for him to get used to the league. It's going to be like Nicolas Pepe. It's going to take him a few games to get used to it.
I think he needs that overlapping fullback because I don't think Wan-Bissaka really gives him that to buy that place so he can come inside.
It's crazy about Martial as well. What a flop he's been. Oh, sorry.
Oh, a flop?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say flop. I would say he's got. What's the word?
Hello?
I would actually say Martial's been a flop for the money that you paid for him. The money that they paid for him and what he's done in the Premier League. He's never been close to top goal scorer. I don't think he's ever got more than 15 goals in the Premier League.
In lockdown, he was their top goal scorer.
Well, no wonder. So I'm just looking.
Martial.
Well, in the Prem last season, he only scored 4 goals.
No, 2020, the lockdown season.
Yeah, 4 goals.
Was it which one was it? The one that when he came back from Project Restart, he was their top goal scorer.
Yeah, he got 17 then. Apart from that, he's got 11 in his first, 4, 9, 10, 17, 4, and now 0. Obviously, because it's only 2 games in.
Yeah. But that 17 goal season, he was given that striker position. Last season, it was Cavani. Then he headbutted Lamela, and then he didn't come back into the team again.
I know, but still, we say like he's scored less than Pepe, and also like his price tag was heavy, wasn't it, Simon? Wasn't it like
Pepe?
No, Martial.
Like 35, and then
50,
Ballon d'Or.
50,
yeah, got to 50. Yeah,
which I think is kind of like a flop for 50 mil. Like, look, United apparently were looking to sell him. Why would they look to sell him?
No, he's not good enough. I wouldn't say he's a flop. I'd just say he's just no one's played to his strengths.
Well, would you say if Arsenal went knocking for him, would you want him?
Yeah,
I would have won him before, but not now.
I would take
I would rather when I'll be honest. Like Lukaku, I would have said United sold the wrong one out of him and Martial. Personally,
No, selling Lukaku for Man United was the right thing to do because they don't play to his system.
Yeah.
Man
He doesn't-
United never played to Lukaku's strengths. They never did it. Look at Chelsea. First game today, and they played to Lukaku's strengths.
you know what's even more crazy though? I'm just realizing that was Martial's first start in 5 months.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's not even that. If United don't want him, get rid of him. They
His
clearly don't.
wages are a lot. He's on 250 grand a week.
Exactly. Like I don't think he is what everyone thought he was going to be. They all thought, "Wow, dynamite kid." Nah,
I thought he would have gone to Dortmund in the swap deal with Sancho, but
no.
That's
that
what
would
I
have
thought
made
as well.
sense.
Dortmund. Why would Dortmund want him when they've got Malin and
Well,
Holland?
he's better than Malin, and he's 24, 25, Martial.
He smashed it at Dortmund.
He would.
It's
Dortmund
not
like
it.
generational talents. They don't want an aging player. It's like they even got
Martial's still a kid, isn't he?
25.
He's
is not-
25.
25 is young.
I wouldn't say so. Like compared to Arsenal signing, 21, 22, 23.
Yeah,
He's old.
But Martial's played what? European football. He's played for France. He's 25. There's still resale value in him.
He has only scored 1 goal for France. 1 goal.
The best thing that Man United could do is sell Martial and go and get Ndidi.
That would be their winning.
That's what they need. They need an Ndidi. They need a Thomas Partey.
Or
That's what they
Jorginho.
need.
But they won't go.
Basuma. You see Basuma last night?
They won't go to
Yeah, Bazuma.
Basuma would be the dream for us.
What a baller.
Oh, so
Basuma's
impressive,
what
his
we need.
performance last night.
Are we
I
going to
think-
get Basuma though? Probably not.
No.
What did I say to you, Simon? We went to Brighton. We paid 50 mil for the wrong player. Should've took
I'm
him.
happy. I'm actually quite happy though with Ben White. I just want to see him next to Gabriel.
Wait, this
I don't want to see him next to Holding. I don't want to see him next to Mari, and I don't want to see him next to Chambers.
Do you not think Saliba is
sell-
better though?
You want to say?
Do you not think Saliba would have been just a better
Saliba's
switch?
better than Holding. Saliba's better than Mari. Saliba's better than Chambers. Saliba's not better than Gabriel, and he's not better than White for me. Because obviously, Saliba, if he played in that game today against Chelsea, he would have got absolutely ripped. He would have.
That's
It
true.
would have been
100%.
nasty. And that's what Arsenal don't need. They do not need to spend the money that they've spent on Saliba, and then it turns out to be like everyone saying waste of money and look at him, he looks lost, and he's a kid as well. Saliba's a kid. So I'm glad that he weren't in that game. But Chelsea, for me, they should have won that game 8. They should have won it by 8. They should have got at least 6 in the second half. And they didn't. They took the foot off at pedal. They coasted.
They don't.
If
I didn't
that's
think they
City-
were that strong, to be honest,
Yeah.
going forward.
Yeah. If
Havertz
that's
didn't
City,
have a great
we're
game.
losing 8-0.
Mount didn't have a great game going forward. I don't think. I think Reece
Mm.
James was the most attacking player, besides obviously Lukaku. But
Ziyech,
they should have ripped us apart. To be honest,
Yeah.
technically they did. They literally did just rip us apart, but they just weren't as deadly in front of goal.
but to be honest, if let's say if Smith
Hello,
Rowe
can you
finished
hear me,
that
guys?
chance- yeah, it's better now, Dan.
Yeah.
Guys, can you hear me?
That's
Yeah.
better.
But I think what I'm saying is, I think if they were more ruthless, because they left that game open for us, we had quite a lot of half chances. Like the
Yeah.
penalty, if that penalty was given, which it should have been done, that'd have been 2.5 time. Coming up
It's
second half
all
2,
it.
and we
Gonna
could have.
change the
Who would have
complexion of
taken-
the whole game.
Who do you think would have taken it if it was?
100%.
probably.
Pepe, yeah.
I
not
think Pepe would have
Martinelli.
taken it. But that's
No,
why I don't think
just-
Chelsea win.
I'm just saying what Arteta's just said
Arsenal versus
in the press conference. He's just said the table is not going
Which
to be
is-
decided in August. I don't want to see anyone feeling sorry for themselves.
What?
Exactly. His press conferences are even not making sense.
So
Oh,
if we were
come on,
top after
Chelsea.
2 games, would he not be getting carried away?
Probably not. He's even just said it's really challenging at the moment. We are missing 9 players. We're playing with a lot of courage. They are not trying their best, but at the moment, it's not enough to win football matches.
The one thing I will give Arteta credit for, we don't get battered like we used to. For some
True.
strange reason, we don't get battered. We don't get battered 4 or 5 or even 6. I mean, this could just make me look an idiot for next week against City. But we don't actually get battered. We get games that we get dominated. And it's like, it could have easily been 7, could have been 8, could have been 9. But it never turns out like that.
It's true. It's like, how I say it, we don't give up so much anymore. Like before, we would have lost, as you said, Simon, 3 or 4-0. Like, I think he's got them thinking, right, we can do this, like motivation-wise, but he's not fulfilling it.
You just look at Chelsea's team and you look at our team, and it's just levels. Chelsea are the finished article. That's what they are. Lukaku for them was their jigsaw piece that they missed. Now they've got him. That's their team. I don't think they need anyone else, to be honest.
They need a centre back. They need a centre back.
I was going to say, Cam, you're cramping apparently. KT had an issue with his quad, and Gabby is cramping.
Oh, he wasn't doing much up front, to be honest. So,
well, you weren't, were you? Come on, Cam, you should have done better. You say Arteta out and everything on these streams, but then you don't even do your best. Come on.
Yeah. To be honest, I wouldn't have turned up today. To be honest, I took the week off like Ben White has. I'll come back next week.
I just summed it up on my tweet, basically. Performance was shit. Players were shit. Fans were shit. Everything was shit.
Oh, how many people at the protest today, may I ask? Does anyone actually have that number?
I don't think it ever happened. I've heard it never happened.
It did happen. I've seen some photos. There's a few stood outside.
A few.
I just don't see the point in the protest now. The protest is irrelevant.
We spent the most this window. We spent the most this window. What the fans protesting?
It's embarrassing.
Confirmed.
Ben White it's gone up.
Oh yeah, because Grealish he don't want to play against Grealish next week. That's
don't worry, he's gonna get smoke us.
The funny thing is, he's just said unlikely. Not is done a miss. He's unlikely to miss.
Or maybe Gabriel may be back to take Mari's position.
Hopefully.
I think I heard he's back in there.
The only hope we have, though, is a lot of our players will be back after the international break. And as Simon said, our season will start probably against Norwich.
Yeah, season will start for us against Norwich because obviously the window will be shut. We'll know as team what's going into January, and that's when our season starts. Because we lost to Brentford, I just writ it off. I'm not even angry with today. I'm not. I must be the calmest Arsenal fan alive.
The thing is, it's like from Norwich till the next international break is pivotal for Arteta. And that's when we need to step up. But apparently, according to Arteta also, Auba made a real effort to be available on the bench today. He only trained one day. He really struggled with the illness, and he was in bed for a long time. I think he did help the team when he came on. Do you guys think Aubameyang helped?
No.
No.
I think Arteta's saying all the stuff to make him feel all good.
What kind of message does that
the only thing Aubameyang did for me was his runs. He actually timed his runs for once.
Yeah.
But what kind of message does that send out that to Balogun, to Reece, to these young players who are fit and ready, and then you pick Aubameyang who is half sick?
Well, he's even just said on whether this is the most difficult period of his career, he's also just said, one of the tough moments you have to go through. The circumstances are really difficult and perhaps unprecedented. However, feeling sorry for ourselves doesn't help.
We've lost. To be honest, we were coming up against a good Man City team, a good Chelsea team, that we would have to be defensively resolute and had all of our players fit, regardless if we compete. We lost. Arteta, in my opinion, got tactically wrong. Doesn't mean it's changed any of my opinions on him. I mean, I'll back the guy, but when he gets it wrong, and I have to admit he got it wrong today, and he got it wrong against Brentford. I'm just hoping that our players come back fully fit, and to be honest with you, I'm looking towards Norwich as the beginning of our season for us. You know what I mean?
But Daniel, do you think if Antonio Conte were to get offered the job, do you think he'll take it mid-season?
Well, he's been waiting for this job.
I know.
He's been,
Antonio Conte would take the job, trust me.
yeah, he would take.
He'd
Yeah,
take
that's
the
what I'm
job.
saying. He's been wait. He rejected Tottenham on hopes that he would take. He's waiting for this job to be available, but I don't think Arsenal will hire him anyway. Even
Well,
if they
who would
wanted
it
to.
be then? If we were to get rid of him, Arteta right now, who would it be? No, I don't want to. I don't want a young.
It definitely
I
won't be
don't want.
Conte.
Well, I don't
I
want a
know.
young right now. I just
Okay,
want a
that's-
serial
okay,
winner
that's-
that could get us trophies.
See, people are saying in the chat as well, will Arsenal make any more signings?
It has to be
Don't ask if they'll make any more signings. Which players are going? That's the issue.
Well, it was even weirder
That's
to
the
see
problem.
that. We were all saying yesterday, and even weekly, all these Arsenal journalists were saying Kolasinac is almost done. He was on the bench instead of
Just
Nelson
because a
or
player's on
whatever.
the Tony, just because a player's on the bench doesn't mean a player's not going anywhere. Kolasinac is gone, man. It's gone, man.
I know,
It's
but
gone
why
to
did we put
Fenerbahce.
him on the bench?
It doesn't
Why him?
because we had no. To be honest, it doesn't matter.
I know, but why
We
should have
doesn't
put
matter.
maybe an Aziz on the bench or something?
Miguel
Like, he
Aziz,
didn't
what
come
would he have done? Tony, what would
Well,
he
nothing.
have done
He
to
was
change
just
the game?
Kolasinac, but you know what I mean?
It doesn't. These youngsters wouldn't have. I'm not saying that they need the right. For me personally, these youngsters need the right environment to play in. You don't put youngsters in pressurized situations like that anyway.
I know.
So regardless, even if Miguel Aziz was on the bench, I would have brought him on anyway.
So what about we're going to spin the question, say who would we like to sign? So who do we feel we need to be bringing in the 9 days?
Hassamoah.
It's clear we need either a striker or a central another attacking midfielder and a CM.
I'm gonna
And
call
a
out
right back.
for 9 days.
No, right back.
Cedric wasn't that bad today.
The first goal, did you see how far back he was? Like, he gave Reece James onside. I know he probably hasn't played a lot of games, but
I
think he's
would have
just a
called him
squad
out like
player.
that.
I just hope Odegaard will be.
Cedric was a
I just hope Odegaard's visa's done soon.
I think we need to get Basuma in, and I think we need to get a striker.
And I
I think
can't
we need
believe
to
it.
How about Basuma and DCL done?
Just spend like another
obviously that'd be
150
ideal,
million.
but I generally
We
I'm
can
trying
get
to
rid
be
of
positive. I'm
Torreira,
normally the positive guy. Sorry guys, I'm normally the positive guy on these streams, and I've taken flank from it. But today was just like a poor performance. I don't know what else to say, to be honest. On to the next one. Who have we got next? Man City.
See, I
Man
won't
City.
actually say we need a striker.
We
Hang
don't.
on a second, guys.
We
I
don't.
know, guys. Indy Callier is not the most reliable, but he has just said apparently he's got Arsenal news coming out at 10.
No, I'm not surprised.
What is it? The
About
KFC?
Well, about Arteta apparently.
Well, he's gonna say, "Oh, he doesn't win by Norwich, he'll be sacked." Like we all
Yeah,
know that.
exactly.
That's what he's gonna
They
say.
all do it.
Yeah.
But
If he
yeah,
doesn't win-
basically, like
He
I was
says
saying,
that all
sorry,
the time.
I don't think we actually are dependent on a striker. We're not, because obviously if Laka's still here till the end of this season, and he's here for this season, I'll happily have Lacazette and Aubameyang for one more year. If you bring in Bazuma
If
and
it means we
Arwa,
get an award.
it's not like
Yeah,
Aubameyang's
I
had
agree
5
with you, Simon.
chances.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it's not like Aubameyang's had 5 chances in front of goal and he's fluffed every one of them. He ain't getting chances. There's no chances being created. Literally, Saka is having to do what Pepe did last season. He has to take on 3 men and then score the goal yourself. He's got no one to help. Smith Rowe, when he comes forward, he's got nobody to help him either. So for me, if you bring in Arwa and you bring in Bazuma, I'm happy with Laka and Oba for one more season, and they can both go for pennies for all I care. Because let's be honest, Lacazette's getting to age now where he'll be 31 this year, I think.
Yeah.
And then he's got no sell-on value. No one's going to pay for a Lacazette past 30. No chance. You'll be lucky to get 5 mil. and no one's paying for Aubameyang past his age. So he's going to be here till the end of his contract, and he'll leave for free. So I'm already looking at that situation and going, well, our strikers are not really going to be worth note anyway. It's not like they're in the prime, but they've got no support in midfield. There's no chances being created. So, like I said, if you have Partey and Bazuma as a 2, you have Odegaard in the 10, and you've got Aouar, Pepe. I'm happy to have Laka or Alba up front for one more season. That's just me. Because Lacazette at least does what Lukaku does. He brings the ball in and brings everyone closer around him. That's the difference. But when we do that, you've got
Simon,
Lacazette as a 9. Hold on. You've got Lacazette going as a 9, coming back as a 10 because he's having to bring everyone closer together, which when we lose the ball, you've got Xhaka and Partey to try and stop them too against an attack every single week, and that's what the issue is. Xhaka's too slow, and Partey is having to do two places at once.
Not even that, Simon. Not even that, Simon. Like the reason why I agree with you in that sense is that we just need more press-resistant players. Like, honestly, under the press, we struggled against it so much. There was only a couple of players who could break through that press. And Basuma's excellent at that. We also his performance. Not only that, he's a solid DM who can sit back and allow the likes of Lokonga and Partey to just, be themselves. Because Lokonga was having to do 2 jobs at once today. It was ridiculous. And also with Aouar, we could use, like I said, as a target linchpin to have, and we could have options around him, for me personally, because he could bring in Aouar in the game. If Aouar's not having a good game, you could bring on Emil Smith-Rowe off the bench. There's options to have. Even on the right side, Pepe, if Pepe's not having a good game, you could bring on Saka. If Saka's not having a good game, you could bring on a different player. In Cam, even. It gives us options for me in midfield, which is what we need. Because right now we lack so much option off the bench. Really, who could we bring on to change the game dynamically? So
we still need a striker to put away our chances. Because
anyway,
Aubameyang and Lacazette are not going to score between the 2 of them this season.
We'll just have to see what they do in the window. They've got 8 days to do something.
I know, but I'm banking on the fact. I'm banking on Houssem Aouar to create more chances for them, and having that amount of options, they have to at least score some goals now.
See, I'm losing my
They
patience.
can't actually seriously fluff that much chance.
I'm losing my patience with Lucas Torreira.
Losing your patience with?
I was going to say that.
Apparently, there's a deal with Frankfurt that's lined up that Arsenal are willing to, they're ready to accept, but he doesn't want to go to Germany. He wants to go to Italy. And he's doing my head in. I understand that the guy has come from.
Honestly,
he's just a baby. He's a baby. That's what
Germany. Germany is a very good league for him, and he's crying there. I don't understand him.
We're having to basically get on our knees and pander to him to make him feel comfortable. I'm sorry, you're a grown man. You're a grown man, for Christ's sake. I know you've been through crap, obviously.
Honestly, do you know what Lucas Torreira
stuff like that. But start being ruthless
do you know
with
what
these
Lucas
players.
Torreira just does? Like, but what would you tell Lucas Torreira to do? He'd happily play in the under-23s if it means he goes to Italy. That's the thing with this guy. I don't know how you get him out. I don't know, honestly, how you get. Do you pay him off? He's got lots left on his contract. How much has he got left on his contract?
Exactly.
What's the deal?
He's been ruthless.
What's the deals lining up from Italy for him? Are they both loans or what? Permanent?
Frankfurt's is a permanent.
It's a permanent deal.
Nobody knows the figure though.
Frankfurt won him.
Because I doubt Lazio has money.
It's an undisclosed fee.
No, Lazio is a 2-year loan.
And I doubt Roma has money after the
Lazio, it was going to be a 2-year deal, 2-year loan with an obligation to buy.
Yeah. Roma was going to be a year loan with 5 mil up front and a further 15 on the length of his contract. That's what that was going to be.
We'll probably hear some news about it tomorrow, Simon.
This is my issue. Simon, we talk about and we say the issue with Arsenal is not that we don't have the money to buy players. We have to get the players out.
Yeah, exactly. People always
we're not actively trying to get these players out. Like Ainsley's sitting on the bench today. Reece is sitting on the bench today. Nketiah, I don't think he's any closer to leaving the club. Runnison, I don't know what's happened to him.
He's injured. Don't think Cam with Nketiah, he's injured though.
Yeah, but he was injured. He wasn't injured back in June or May during the Euros. But we didn't try and get him out or find him a club during the Euros. It was, he's on holiday.
But we've been actively trying to find these players clubs. The problem is these clubs are not really willing to pay or are that interested to pay, to be honest with you.
They also know that Arsenal's desperate as well. So the longer they leave it, the more Arsenal will just cave in.
But if we have money, we just if he's 10 mil, 10 mil. We don't need the money.
That's it's like what people were saying. Oh, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, they're wanting 75 to 80. I'm just throwing it out. 75 to 80 million for him. Well, then he's not happening, then, is it? Because with the players we've got, that's not going to recruit the money for that deal. So that was just a pipe dream to begin with. So it just makes me laugh. All Arsenal's problem is getting these players out.
It could have happened. It's just getting players out. I honestly see them getting. They could have done it, Simon. Even if they did 75 million, it's not about recouping money to balance the books. It's just about getting players out so they can free up space, which they haven't been successfully able to get all of them done. Again, another season where outgoings is hampering us. Willian needs to go. Willian's been trying to go. No club is interested. No club is interested in him.
Yeah, because of his stupid wages.
Bellerin's been trying to go. No club is.
Does anyone see him getting a new contract, Bellerin?
Probably.
No.
If he does, I'm burning down the forest.
Yeah, but he won't accept it.
Did anyone catch that?
He won't accept it. There's no way he'll accept it.
I think he would. You getting more money.
Because the player wants to leave himself.
We all want him gone.
I don't know.
But I think one positive I could take from the Arsenal game today, I thought Bernd Leno had a better game than what I've seen him in the past.
Good save from Lukaku.
That was a great save.
Good save.
I thought Pepe looked all right in the first half. Another positive.
Pepe
I thought Lokonga held his own in midfield.
He moved the ball. I don't think our issue was moving the ball from back to front midfield. Today.
He's the only player.
Yeah, did anyone notice Granit Xhaka as well? As soon as he got the ball, he released it quick.
I thought Lokonga had a great game individually.
No, but he didn't want the ball. He clearly did not want the ball. Every time it came to him, here you have it. Here you have it. Here you have it. He usually holds it, takes his time. Everyone runs, then the team gets back, and then he passes off to
somewhere else.
As soon as he got it, it was just, here you have it. Here you have it. Here you have it. Lokonga's pass as well to Tierney. What a ball that was.
In the first half, that 40-yard switch.
Yeah.
Is anyone surprised about Tierney? The way he went down today?
Even the one he almost thread through to Obba. You can tell this guy is definitely not a 6, man. He's an 8. But we don't have a 6. We just need to get Basuma in, man. Or get someone of ilk.
Basuma's kind of tapped.
Profile. And then we'll see them cook.
And I think if there's a closer player next to Basuma's kind of tapped, I'll also get Gravenberg.
Anyway, have you guys spoken about the other games?
I've covered United.
What, Gravenberg?
But we talk about City. I saw that game.
Let's talk about City. They won 5-0 against Norwich.
Yeah.
I have been told.
Who expected that result?
If City don't get Harry Kane, they've looked at Aubameyang as a backup.
Oh, where are they taking Aubameyang?
I won't rule it.
I would. Aubameyang's got no touch. I think, why just wait for Haaland next year? 75 million. Just wait for Haaland.
Aubameyang, no, Simon, didn't you see that news report where they said they're considering Obba as a potential backup? I won't be surprised. Honestly, I wonder how much Arsenal value him for.
30 max.
30 mil,
They,
yeah.
they could get Lewandowski.
I don't want him,
They
though.
could get Lewandowski.
Nah, that's PR, that for me. I don't think he's coming to the Premier League. Not anytime soon.
Okay,
I think they just wait a year to buy
I don't
Haaland.
think so. Nah, Haaland's going Real Madrid, man. I say Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, yeah.
I think they're waiting, but Dortmund won't sell for like unless for like Lafita Kane,
Yeah,
because
but it's a release clause. They ain't got no say.
until probably next summer, maybe. Actually, next summer you may have a point.
I think City wait till next summer.
Yeah, that is 74. Oh, you said next summer.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you just.
Oh no. I don't see. I see City just leaving it, playing De Bruyne as the
I
false
think you'll go
nine.
Real Madrid though.
That's it.
Benzema just signed a new long-term deal, didn't know? Benzema for another 2 years.
Hmm.
I saw that. This was that yesterday.
You
He announced that.
could go Real Madrid, man.
I think Madrid have to
Or
sell
even
Hazard
Bayern.
and bring in Haaland, because I think we're talking about Mbappe going there as well in the summer. Next summer for free.
Yeah, Real Madrid have got the money now to get Mbappe if they wanted him.
For free.
I think they're going to sell Hazard. I think Hazard comes back to England.
Did anybody see the Tottenham game?
No.
Yeah,
we don't condone illegal streams, do we, Simon? No illegal streams going on over here.
Got ya.
So, what's your thoughts on Tottenham? Do you think they lost midweek? Did you guys see the video
Paco's game.
Paco Di Ferreira team put out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
About
right.
Tottenham.
That's not right. That's not
During the
right.
week. I can't believe that. There was two. There was one where they said they would win easy. The other one where they were like humping the top. You know what? Have you guys seen that one where they were humping? I think it was a Tottenham
It was on it. Yes, it was on
mascot or
Instagram.
something because they've won. Yeah, you guys
Yeah, I
have.
saw that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram.
So where
In
do you
all
see
fairness, they'll have a
PR
different
is-
team for second leg.
Yeah. So we got West Brom on Wednesday, haven't we, guys?
Don't have to forget about that.
Leicester played as well.
I think West Brom's going to be a difficult game on Wednesday in the cup.
I don't see us winning that.
That's going to be very difficult because he's going to.
Who have got West Brom?
Yeah, in League Cup on Wednesday.
Carabao Cup.
Yeah, it'll knock us out of that tournament.
Go back on Arsenal. Who would you guys bring in to replace Arteta? Just wondering, each of you.
I've got three
Who would you bring
managers
in
in my head.
replace Arteta?
I've got
Conte.
Ten Hag. I've got Ten Hag.
Conte, Ten Hag, or even Graham Potter.
Yeah, who'd that be? Yeah.
Antonio Conte, because we're in the same situation Chelsea were in when he came in. They had all these players that were like, everyone thought they were crap. Once he had them playing to his system, and not his system, but actually he adapted to help Chelsea. That's when they went to a back three. And that's when people were saying that these Chelsea players, David Luiz, he's better in a back three than he is in a back four. Antonio Conte doesn't like playing with a back three. He likes playing with a back four. So he moved it to a back three, and you just saw him literally go on and win the league. But that's what Antonio Conte does. He can get more of a tune out of the players that we've got, and even if the players that we're bringing in, he's got more. He'll get more of a tune out of them than what Arteta will. Arteta, for me, just looks lost.
Cam.
Yeah.
Cam, for me with let's not talk about Arteta because listen, I'm just thinking first game of the season is Norwich, to be honest. I'm just thinking like who would you guys bring in? Cam, I would have to say I agree with you on the
Ten Hag.
Ten Hag would be one of the people
That's
pick.
what I was
So
thinking.
I don't always agree with George because George wanted
Oh yeah.
I can't remember his name. The River Plate manager,
What?
Marcelo Gallardo or something. Yeah, my choice would be Luis Enrique, Ten Hag, and maybe sneak.
Sneak
Actually,
a
no,
little
I don't
Graham
want that
Potter in.
manager. Never mind. It'll be Luis Enrique, Ten Hag. Nah, man.
Would
I'm
anyone
not
take
really a
Simeone?
fan.
We will get the best out
I
of
mean, I like the
Partey.
way he plays, but
Oh.
I don't know, man.
If we had Simeone in, I think he'll just burn the whole Emirates down and start again.
Yeah, Simeone won't work for Arsenal. As much as I'd like it, but it won't work. Just how he plays football. I mean, everyone has to be so defensive, and our fans don't want that. Arsenal fans just want to go to the Emirates, watch exciting football and
You won't
goals.
like that.
Let's be honest, that's what we want.
I don't think Atletico are that boring. They won the league last year.
But
Yeah, they won the league.
Simon, to counter
Yeah, they won the league.
Yeah, but Simon, to
Real
counter
Madrid and
that,
Barcelona weren't the same
say
team.
that. Yeah,
I
but
just
Simon,
think-
to counter what Cam is saying, Cam could easily say Conte does the exact same thing. He's very defensively solid.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm not saying I want Simeone. I don't want Conte. I don't really want Conte. My dream one would be Ten Hag because I love the way he plays football, and I think he would suit the youngsters better at our club because he would integrate them. So my dream one would be Ten Hag. That's who I would want.
Or would he leave Ajax?
He wanted to go to Tottenham. He did, Ten Hag. I just think bringing
he
in
would
Ten
leave
Hag.
Ajax. He was close to leaving Ajax.
I just think with Ten Hag, with the players
He was
that we
close to
have,
And if
Even Ajax
could
like
make
this
it work.
summer.
do you guys think
Remember,
this is
because
what I
Tottenham
think?
went
If Ten Hag comes to Arsenal, I think Overmars will come to Arsenal as well.
even
Yeah.
Cam, I agree with. I think
And I see
the possession type way he plays, high press and energy football, like Ten Hag
true.
would be perfect.
it suits Arsenal a lot as well.
we have the players. That's why I don't think Conte would work, because I think he would need a window to get what he wants out and get his players out. Listen, I don't think Conte works with Xhaka,
And
with all the defenders we got. With Ten Hag, he could probably bring Guendouzi back in, Saliba back in.
Saliba back in. I also say he can bring two players from Ajax, along with Overmars.
Because I think if you give Ten Hag, I think he'll. It's kind of like even Graham Potter. He has that philosophy, and he'll just
That's
play
what I
all
said.
the,
I don't
all
mind
the
taking Graham
technical
Potter.
players. He's gonna have all the technical players. We already have them there. He could put Guendouzi next to Partey, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Saka, and he'll just bring all the technically gifted players to start.
If Ten Hag comes, I therefore see an Onana and a Gravenberch coming.
Exactly.
And I see
And
an
then
Overmars
Overmars will come. Overmars will come along with
Overmars
him.
will come. I think, but I don't know who Kroenke's on though.
I
I'm
don't think they're going to pull the plug on Arteta, because it looks
He
like
needs-
look like pie on their face, because they've backed the guy, they've renamed him, like calling him the manager now, throwing all this money. They can't just go sack him unless, I don't know what they're waiting for.
I don't see
really.
us winning C.
Other managers will look at that situation as well, and they'll go, well, at least this club actually does back you. At least they actually give you time to do something.
Yeah.
It's not like with Chelsea, it's not working, get rid. Pay him off, get rid.
But he was there at the game, Thomas. Josh was there today.
Yeah, they were all there.
So, but I do think if he doesn't beat Norwich, I think he does go, because
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
you can say, oh, Chelsea, they're not competing with us, City are not on our level. But if you lose at home to Norwich and you lose away at Brentford with 150 million spent, I don't think you can really say. There's not much more you need to say about him.
So how many incomings do you guys think we're gonna make? I'd say 1,
I hope 2, but I don't see any.
2, Basuma and Aouar.
Yeah, but I don't think we'll bring anyone in.
It'd probably be an Aouar.
But he's been there the whole summer, and we've looked at Odegaard
All they
ahead of
want-
him.
But I think it makes more sense for them to get Aouar and Odegaard.
No, the fact you've got
Or-
Fabrizio talking about it and saying, wait till obviously the end of the week for news, keep your eye on this. So
Stay
it's like if he's telling you to keep
Do you
your
know what
eye
I figured
on
out? Do you know what I
something,
figured out?
he knows
Fabrizio's
something.
Yeah, I agree with
Say
you,
that again,
Simon.
Daniel?
And have you noticed he said outgoings? Wait for outgoings. Wait for outgoings when he talks about Arsenal.
Yeah, he never put Lacazette as well on his tweet.
Have you noticed? And then he talks about Aouar straight afterwards.
Yeah, but he's
I'm
just
telling
getting out
you,
of the
he
back
did
of the
the
Do you
club,
know I know
though.
who his source is? I heard a little rumor who his source is. I didn't even know this.
Probably Ornstein.
No, like I think it's because he has close links to Edu. That's where he gets his news from.
Edu don't even do transfers at Arsenal. It's Garlic.
That's where Fab gets his
Garlic,
news
yeah.
from.
Edu just chats to the agent. That's why Fabrizio is talking via an
That's
agent
the
to
wrong
say.
words. It's Edu initiates contact. Edu initiates contact with the clubs, and then Garlic is the one who has to finish the deal and get the contract signed. He's more of the contracts guy.
Well,
Yeah,
Leon
Edu's the
he's
one
just
who does all the
He's the
talking.
host army.
Garlic is
He's
the
the host
background.
army.
Yeah.
Leon just agreed a fee with Shaqiri.
Edu's the one who goes and talks to the club. Garlic is there to try and, help the contracts, get everything signed. Because that was Edu's main weakness. He
There you
couldn't
go. You
get
just said
everything
Shaqiri's
signed.
gone. You see,
He
Liverpool
got
can
everything
get
verbally
5-4
agreed,
mil for him.
probably, but he couldn't get everything signed. Why they bought Garlic?
I think Liverpool just want to get Doku. That's who they're waiting for. Once they can get Reedy out the door,
Shaqiri.
they're
Oh,
moving in for
you know the
Doku.
Shaqiri move fell through.
He's just agreed a fee down.
The Shaqiri move fell through because they wanted Doku, but they wanted to sell Shaqiri first, and the Shaqiri deal to Leon fell through. So
Wait, what?
Leon need money, man, desperately.
Shaqiri just set to join Leon from Liverpool.
What was it? That 5 mil is what they were going to pay for Onana, wasn't it? So they have that 5 mil. But I didn't see Aouar coming in if we do switch to a 4-3-3.
They're just so
like
broke,
I've
right?
said in the past.
Leon is a mess, man. Simon, Leon's a mess. Why I agree with you that I genuinely think Aouar's coming.
Best thing, the only thing about it,
Leon is an absolute mess. When I mean mess, they're five.
Yeah, their president,
they're a complete mess. No wonder why Aouar looks so average. They're so in disarray. If you think the situation at Arsenal's bad, take a look at Leon. They are in.
They didn't play that bad today. I think they drew today.
I genuinely think, and they want to sell the whole squad.
If you listen to their president, though, of Leon, even he's come out and done an interview saying that some of his players have bad attitudes, and the club need to sell. So it's like they do basically. Leon are in a proper mess financially. They're in a bigger mess than what Inter Milan are in. See, I won't rule out Martinez going anywhere because as much as they want to keep him and give him a new deal, money talks at the end of the day. If somebody offers the money that they're happy with, buy Martinez and it'll be hello new striker or whoever.
Apparently he's got a low release clause in his new contract. He's agreed. Apparently it's cut in half apparently to 50 million euros.
No, there you go. There you go. Remember what Con said as well. If Inter lower Martinez's asking price, Arsenal will pounce. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. There's 8 days to go. I know I said 8 weeks then. Jesus, I couldn't do 8 weeks.
Oh, no.
I'll be glad when this game's gone and done with.
So does anyone see Harry Kane moving in the last 8 days?
No.
I do. I still think he'll go to City.
What do you think? I think City's max is 125. I don't see them paying more than 125.
Yeah.
Tottenham will take it. If they don't take it, they're idiots. Because they're keeping a player that doesn't want to be there. And when they get to next summer, he ain't going to be worth any more.
It'd be 2 years left, so they would have to take the maximum value.
Yeah, so City could end up getting him then, or anybody could get him for 100 million rather than the extra money.
But then, Simon, you're going to have Haaland on the same thing for 70, Kane for over 100.
Exactly. So Daniel Levy's
on a free.
Daniel Levy's going to look at this and he's going to go,
No,
I
but
need
the
to do
thing is,
something
but the
here.
thing is, though,
You've got a stadium to pay for.
Yeah.
No, it's gone again. They've got a stadium to pay for. That's the
If
thing
you
with
go for
Tottenham.
Vlahovic, because I will go for Vlahovic, man.
I
See-
want him badly.
See,
They'll probably
I've been
go
told
for
by
Vlahovic and
someone.
probably fail.
I've been told by someone very, very good. I'll share it in the chat. But I've been told by someone on very good authority that Daniel Levy wants 150 for Kane because he wants that extra 50 to go and get the guy from Fiorentina as the replacement. And then he wants to take the
I said
100
it.
and put it towards the
I
stadium.
told you, Vlahovic.
Yeah. Do you not think I've not seen him play, so I'm going to be quite a different opinion. But
That
I don't
won't
think-
even be
No, I
enough,
think
son.
do you think it's quite risky to play like a 21-year-old with all that pressure to replace Harry Kane at Tottenham?
Exactly.
I think that's true, but let Tottenham do what they want.
But at least they have. I would say,
That's the
even though
problem
we're
with
not we're
Tottenham.
Arsenal fans, at least
but
at least Tottenham
the
have an
thing is
idea of what
about
they want to
Tottenham,
do.
I don't think they'll get Vlahovic.
But there you go. Look in the chat. Fabrizio confirmed Shaqiri for 12
No.
million euros.
No.
So
Yeah, no,
Paricci and
no.
Daniel Levy are. Wow. Yeah. Well, it looks like, Leon, that means they must be selling a couple of players then to have that money because they're broke. They must be
Just
getting that
Simon.
money from somewhere.
Simon knows what's going
I'm just worried. Paricci really wants a war.
As dark as I am. I've said enough on this player. I'll wait until it's all done. And if he's
But
holding
with
the
Paricci, the
t-shirt,
thing is about
get ready for
the thing is,
You'll be at Colney, Simon, when he turns up on deadline day. Bet you any money you'll be at Colney.
I'll get our guy in the chat to take a photo, and I can send it all my haters.
Yeah.
Every single picture
Wait,
of
Cam.
Emi Buendia as well that you've
Cam.
sent me.
Cam,
I'll
what's
even
your
tag
thoughts
that
on
in.
Awar?
Pardon? A while. I think the first time I
What
actually saw
about
him was
Emi
at
Buendia?
Champions League.
Yeah, what's
I
your
saw him
opinion
at
of Awar?
I don't
He
think he's.
was a ball of a
I saw him against that Man City game.
Yeah, he ripped City apart.
I think we need that type of player, but I do think we've got to a
I'm
point
just
now we'll
worried.
take him.
Mm.
I think the only thing that's worrying about me about what is that Paricci really wants him.
But I don't think
Yeah.
Tottenham. If Tanga and Dombele goes, then I think they'll
Nah,
take
but Daniel
a while.
Levy doesn't. That's the difference.
Yeah, but on
That's the
Leon,
difference.
but
Daniel
now I
Levy
think
Daniel
has
Levy
the final
doesn't
say on
want him.
any
But I
transfer.
think I'm
He
getting
thinks it's
because
a
Ndombele,
financial deal to make. You do.
Daniel Levy doesn't want him, and Nuno doesn't want him. It's their director
And
who was at
Ndombele
Juventus.
but I doubt Ndombele will go Leon because Leon can afford that 200k wage. That
No, they've
Ndombele's
already
on.
turned it down.
That buying.
So, yeah,
buying
so-
offer.
So
Does
that
anyone
deal
know
just
what the
falls
buying offer
clearly
was?
onto Arsenal.
Tottenham turned it down.
Was the buying offer just a straight swap, or was it cash and Tolisso?
No, I
Yeah,
think it was
yeah.
straight swap, I think.
It
No,
was
no,
a
it
great
went actually.
swap
It was
with
20 million
on the
euros.
top.
Oof.
Yeah.
Straight.
I think they should have taken that.
But one thing I will say, right, we've seen L'Equipe all over French TV, and all they've done is go Arsenal and Awar. You even had the guy on L'Equipe, the photo obviously that I keep sharing, saying Awar is waiting for Arsenal. He actually wants Arsenal this summer. It's not like last summer when you were like, do I want to stay in Lyon or do I go to London for a stepping stone and then go to Juventus? This summer, he wants Arsenal. He wants to go to Arsenal. He's told
Only
his
wait for
agent to get
Torreira
the
to leave,
deal
right?
done.
Yeah, I guess so.
Torreira, Kolosanak's non-homegrown, so all you're doing is swapping one for another.
So Kolasinac is gone, so it has to be Torreira now.
I don't know about Elneny and these Turkey reports.
But Torreira is just crying like a little bitch that doesn't want to go.
But I don't know about Awar. I have the same feeling about him with Odegaard, that they didn't want to be at Arsenal. It's only because they've got nothing else they now want to come.
It's 50-50, yeah.
Because we knew that Awar wanted to go to Juve, but because Locatelli's side, he goes, okay, I'll take Arsenal now.
Yeah, but
He
I
wasn't
feel like
like-
he 100%.
It's like people always say, oh, they just use Arsenal as a stepping stone. It's like every club,
No, but
every player uses a club as a stepping stone, unless it's not Real Madrid or Barcelona.
Because remember the Camavinga reports, we were willing to take him if it meant going to Real Madrid in 3 years.
even Grealish
Yeah,
is using
exactly.
Man City as a stepping stone. He said it himself.
What? To go to where?
Yeah, I think that's his dream move.
Where does he want to go?
Where does Grealish want to go?
Madrid.
What if they get Mbappe and Haaland? I
I
don't
don't
see
think
Grealish
he
getting
can
anywhere near that
resist
team. But it looked like he's settling in well from what I saw of him yesterday.
I really hope we just get the money sorted out for a while. Like, I'm actually crying for him now.
I think if we get a while in the pursuit, I think that 4-3-3 works, and then it plays into the advantage. But because I don't think this 4-2-3
Not
one's
only that,
working,
not
because
only
we're
that,
getting
we
outrun.
can now play different formations without having to look like we did today.
Because I don't think that 4-2-3 one is working.
So wait, because who's confident that what could happen?
I'm not.
Same.
I'm not. I don't see anyone coming in. I think it's all
Simon?
PR.
No comment.
Fair enough. Daniel?
I don't need to talk on it anymore. I've said enough. I don't need to talk on it.
I see your tweets a lot.
If by some miracle it doesn't happen, everyone's expecting me to delete delete my Twitter account. No, I'll still be there because everything I've said has been proven now.
Yeah, but you've been
He's
consistent
waiting
though.
for Arsenal. Everything between the player and Arsenal is agreed. Everything between Arsenal and Leon has been agreed. It's the structure of the payments that hasn't been agreed yet. So when I said done deal, that's personal terms and your fee. Arsenal know the fee. Even what's his name said it in the chat as well. 20 mil. And I said 20 mil is what will get this deal done.
You've been consistent throughout. You've not changed your thing. You said if Arsenal pay it, they will get the player.
Exactly.
Arsenal just haven't paid the money.
What number would you get? 11?
Probably. And then you go to next summer, and Odegaard would probably take a different number, and Awara would take his 8. So it's only the same as Thomas Partey. He had to wear 18, and then everyone went out and bought an 18 shirt, and then the following year he gets his 5. But if Torreira leaves, then obviously Awara would take his 11.
I hope he just goes Frankfurt, but I doubt he's going to go Frankfurt.
It's like you can't give Odegaard the 11 again because Torreira's still an Arsenal player. So he can't have that number. So because 8 was available and he was the first one that came in, he's took 8.
How long are we going to say Torreira is going to be an Arsenal player? This guy needs to move as soon as possible.
But if a new manager comes in, I'd start playing him.
I can't deal with him anymore, man.
Because I don't think he's an awful player. I don't think
he's an awful player. That is true, but
because when he was under Emery, I'm not being rude. I did think that he was on a similar level to Kante for what he could do for our team. He'd break the ball up and give it to the guy on his left.
Emery did play him in a lot of wrong positions.
But when he first came,
how we do at the Emirates 4-2.
Exactly.
Watching him absolutely destroy Tottenham in Tottenham's midfield.
Yeah. It was him and...
Guys, would you be happy if we have Lokonga and Partey as a partnership? Because I would definitely be happy.
With Torreira, man, adaptability was his problem.
But we knew that from the start.
Are you guys talking about Torreira under Emery?
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, but that's the thing, bro. Even under Emery, he struggled to actually consistently prove it. What Emery showed, what Torreira shows, that was just pure poor scouting. They didn't scout him properly before signing him. They didn't do their due diligence before their signing.
You remember, he was 22 years old when he came to Arsenal.
Because how can you sign a player that you know has problems with adapting to other situations? Like, he needs to have the right environment and stuff.
I don't think there's a player in there, and I think you get your arm around him like a Klopp treatment. I think you can get the best out of him.
Yeah, with Torreira, you do have to basically like money coddle him.
Because you saw it when we lost the final with Chelsea, he was crying. You can see he's quite an emotional player.
Yeah.
But I do think if Arteta does go, I know it's kind of negative, but I do think bringing Guendouzi back, Saliba back, I think this team does get better. Because I know, Simon, I think Guendouzi does a lot more than what Lokonga does.
The thing with Guendouzi though, he's gone. You'll have to buy him again. He's gone, hasn't
It's a loan.
Oh
though.
hell!
he? No, he's on loan
Guendouzi's
for the
gone.
season, and then he signed a 4-year deal, didn't he? He's gone for 4 years.
Obligation to buy. Obligation.
Obligation.
So we can't pull that.
No, he's gone now. He's gone.
Oh.
Who?
Guendouzi.
See,
I thought it was-
Saliba, it's just a season loan and that's it. There's no option. There's no obligation.
Do you guys think Saliba's gonna stay next season,
not with this manager.
or is he just literally
I
waiting
think
for PSG
Lukaku's
to
an
cancel him?
absolute beast, man.
I
I have to
think it's-
disagree with you, Cam.
No, I'm not saying he's not, but I don't think I don't think he's any better than what Guendouzi can offer us.
I like Guendouzi, but his attitude
I remember
stinks.
him when he was bossing it at at Old Trafford, running circles around their team. The game against Tottenham.
Hmm.
It's true.
But I'm
it's
just
true.
saying, I think bringing him in, we'd have a much better team because we'd have him, Lokonga, Xhaka, Partey, and if we bring in a Basuma, that's a way stronger midfield than El Neni.
Honestly, I think he's not gonna last in the job very well. He'll be gone if he loses against Norwich.
Yeah, that's what I said. Because the away fans, well, not actually, we're at home, but I don't
We're at
think
home, yeah. But
the
after
fans. We'll see what reception he gets on Wednesday with the away fans.
I doubt who would come in. Like, I know Conte wants to come, but I doubt he will come.
I agree with Simon. I think Conte can bring this in, but I think Conte wanted a window. What's Conte going to do with this squad? He's going to want.
If Conte
some
comes, there's
sort of
one
window.
person that will follow him to the Emirates, and then everyone knows who it is.
What, from the Inter team?
The
Yeah.
only time Conte will come is under a new ownership. To be honest
Martinez.
with
I
you
think
guys.
Martin.
That's
Yeah,
the
probably
only
Daniel.
time Conte will come.
You think Martinez is the key guy in this system?
Or
I haven't
probably
watched a
Barella.
lot
No,
of
it's
him.
Barella. It's
I thought
Barella. It's
Barella.
Barella.
I thought Barella,
Yes, I
he's
forgot.
taking with him.
Yeah,
Because
it's Barella. I'm sorry. Yeah.
watching him, imagine him just
Barella,
and-
Barella,
him
him
and
and-
Skriniar.
and
Yeah,
Lukaku.
that's what I was gonna. Him and Skriniar.
I thought if
He loves
Hakimi
Lukaku.
was still there, I think Hakimi would have came across if Hakimi was still at Inter.
Hmm.
True.
But yeah, I wasn't shocked by today's performance, really. I was shocked in the manner. I thought we would have had a bit more fight, but
We don't. We look clueless in that game.
we looked predictable. Like we knew the outcome before the game kicked off.
Before
We could
the
all
game
say
kicked off, yeah.
we're gonna see Lukaku's gonna bully our centre backs.
What he did to Mari.
But we know Lukaku does that, and we just let him do it. When he stopped doing it in the second half, when Mari then put that tackle through the back of him, second half Lukaku wasn't really bullying us as much.
Cam, to be fair though, my pushback to that is not my pushback. Whatever my disagreement to that is, what would you have done to change the start? What would you have done, considering the fact the players that we've had out? What would you have done? What would you have suggested we done? Say if you were manager of Arsenal,
I would have.
How would you have set up?
I would have
100% gone back at the 5.
What would you?
Back 5, sorry.
No, I would have started with a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. I probably would have gone a 4-3-3 and played Emma Smith-Rowe as a 3. But we know what Lukaku's game was he wants the ball into him. So I would have cut the supply line off. I would have pressed Kovacic, that would been ESR, and I would have pressed Jorginho, and I would have pressed Havertz. Then Lukaku ain't getting the ball. They're going to have to play long up to him. And he doesn't like the ball up in the sky.
Yeah, but
so I would have cut the supply line, and then I would have tracked back with Reece James and followed them, and then countered them. Then he had 2 men in midfield. Chelsea was just Jorginho and Kovacic and Havertz.
Cam, but the thing is with Cam, the thing is, what if those players are all those Chelsea players today are been designed to be press resistant. They can play through our players pressing them regardless, no matter how many times you press. I just feel like that Chelsea team is levels above ours. There's not much we could have done, to be honest.
Dan, you agree though? If Havertz had someone on him hounding him, that pass to Lukaku is not going to be as easy to make unless you've just trying to zone him.
Everybody there, and they already have a very good team.
It's true.
But I'm saying if you cut Lukaku's supply line, then that first goal doesn't happen because the goal came where someone pinged it into his chest. He laid it off, and then he ran around the back of Mari and tapped it in.
Honestly,
If we're there, if we're cutting that supply pass off to him, then he's nullified.
I would have played a 3-5-2. I would have played Holding and
I would have
Mari
too.
with Tierney as the back three. I would have had Tavares and
Maitland-Niles.
Cedric or Ainsley.
Cedric, that's the one. I would have had Cedric and Tavares as your wing backs, basically. And then your three in midfield, I would have had Smith Rowe with Lokonga, with Xhaka, or actually no, El Neni rather than Xhaka. And then you've got your five, because then you stop Jorginho from playing because there's two that are on Jorginho. Once you take him out of the game, it's done. Soon as N'Golo Kante wasn't playing in that game, that's the first thing I would have done. And then I would have played the three of Martinelli. I would have played Martinelli on the left. I would have played Pepe on the right. And I would have played Balogun up top.
I think we need a Giroud type striker, I think, with this team. We need a Volko point to play into because too many times today, we didn't have someone to clip the ball into.
Target man, yeah. And
You need a
DCL's
target
the
man.
kind of guy.
Because Chelsea gave us a lot of
But
avenues
when
to
we
get
were
out
linked
today.
to Tammy Abraham, none of you guys wanted him, no?
Yeah, but he's got no ability.
I called for him. I wanted him badly.
I didn't want Tammy Abraham because I don't think he's that great of a striker.
He's gonna do bits for Roma now.
Yeah, but that's in the Italian league. Like,
It's
of
true.
all the, if you're paying
We just
40
need a
million for
target.
Tammy Abraham, I would have said, why did we not buy Ivan Toney for 40 million? Or
Do you guys think next summer we would ever go for a striker?
oh yeah, because Lacazette and Aubameyang would have gone, so we'd definitely have to move for one.
Yeah.
But who would we get? Would Calvert-Lewin be on the move next summer for us?
Depends where we are.
Exactly.
Or would you guys say Tony? I don't mind Ivan Tony.
See, the funny thing about it, if Arsenal by some miracle got Champions League and finished in the top four this season, just saying if it did, you could throw your name in the hat for Haaland because you could pay his wages and Odegaard's here.
Okay. So we could get Sanderberg as well then.
No, not him. But that's what I'm saying. Nobody knows. If we're out of Europe again for 2 seasons in a row, you might have to look at an Ivan Toney when Brentford have been relegated. You might have to look at a Dominic Calvert-Lewin. You might have to look at a Patrick Bamford.
I would have said if we were smart, we should have tried to look at Daka. It's just a different type of striker.
What about Isaac? I would have taken Isaac.
Nah,
it's a lot of money, though. It's a lot of money.
Daka's not a target man.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about just a different type of striker. Just bring
I'm a big fan of
Isaac.
Isaac. Yeah, Isaac, yeah. After what he does for Sociedad, oof. Him or Inaki Williams. I don't mind Inaki Williams is a baller.
I like Isaac, man.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Isaac.
I don't know.
Anyway,
It depends on the manager.
guys, that's what I'm gonna end the video today. Thank you, Cam, Simon, and Adele for joining me. Thank you guys for joining. I think this is where I'm gonna end the video, and it's a tough day for Arsenal fans, but we've been through worse. We'll get through it, and see you guys all soon.
Yeah. See you later, guys.
City next. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. We're still live, Dan.